$34.99 for the equivalent of this stuff here, well, of this stuff over here, and anything extra, we'll add that onto the price to ascertain what this Frieza figure should actually cost if Bandai was not a scalping, scamming, greedy, lazy company. Now let's look at the listing on Premium Scamdai for this Frieza figure. The price is $85, which is the same as the original release, okay, which I actually do have. Now let's see everything it includes. It includes all of this stuff right here, okay? So you get 1, 2, 3, 4 head sculpts for Frieza, a head sculpt for Goku. I'm guessing that the face sculpt is not removable from that. And then you have extra pairs of feet, extra hands, okay? And that is it. That's what you get for $85, all right? Now, I am very confident that DB Toys / DB Factory will be cloning this in the future once it releases. It says March 2027, so expect a clone from them, I would hope, at some point after that. As you already know, if you follow these recaps, I do not recommend pre-ordering anything from Premium Scamdai. Wait for a third-party release, wait for a good quality clone or whatever. As far as the original release of this, the original Full Power Frieza, right now, the DB Toys Frieza, from what I can see, it's like a pre-order. I'm guessing that it's being reissued because the original batch sold out. Like we see here at Haro Toys store, it says $38.03 free shipping, excellent price, and this figure has had overwhelmingly, good feedback, good reviews, people saying good things about it and stuff like that, okay? It's not just like complete, bootleg garbage, So it says here released on September 2026. I assume that is the estimated time for it to be reissued, okay? And Treasure Toys also has it here, $36.84 free shipping, and there's the $5 off thing going on right now. So if you want a Full Power Frieza, I would recommend rather getting one of these right here for a way better price than paying $85 for this. And even if you want the battle damaged version, I expect DB Toys to probably clone that as well and make a good quality bootleg, good quality clone of this version of Frieza, okay? Now let's look at these promotional images in a bit more detail. First, we have this right here. Now, as I've said before, I appreciate the fact that Bandai is adding battle damage to the figures in some degree. Like, there's a part of me that appreciates that a bit, but the problem here is that the battle damage is like not complete. It's still incomplete because look at all these scratches here. These are blank, right? Why did they not paint these? Why would you paint some of these scratches here and then leave others blank? It's like Bandai just can't do anything proper. As that guy said, it's like Bandai, they can't ever just do something perfectly. They have to leave some kind of room for improvement, some kind of lazy garbage that they should have done. They should have painted all of these scratches here, okay? And I will say, unlike the image that was leaked, as far as I could tell, the wounds look pretty dark on that image. But right here, it does look like kind of like a vibrant, like, a more saturated kind of purplish color. So that is good. I will say that is actually good. It's not too dark like how Bardock is and like how Raccoon is. It's actually a pretty good color. So I think they got the color pretty, it's pretty well executed right here in my opinion. But of course, even if they had painted all of the scratches, we still do not have good shading on this product, okay? $85, I should be seeing good detail in the muscles, highlighting the shape of the muscles and stuff like that. That's what should be on this figure for $85, okay? You can't be charging $85 for a figure, and then you still have some scratches unpainted and blank, like if they're just like, it's incomplete, you don't have good shading on the figure, it's lazy, and there's actually a comment on Reddit that we're going to talk about later that just, talks about Bandai's laziness and stuff like that, and complacency. So next we have this image here, okay, right there, yep. So that looks fine, apart from the lack of painting all the scratches, the lack of shading and detail. We have this as well, okay. Then you have this. Then you have Goku punching him here, this extra head sculpt right here, okay. and then a closer look at the Goku right here. And why is the quality, you look at the quality, right? Why is it so pixelated? I'm on their website, dude. I just don't understand this. Even if I do this, the quality is just not great. The quality is not great. Improve the quality. Have good quality images on your website. But anyways, that's everything you get. No death saucers or anything like that, alright? And we're actually going to be doing a scamculation for this Frieza figure. How much should this Frieza figure actually cost if we compare this to similar products on the market in the action figure sphere, specifically Storm Arena, which look better than SH FIGUARTS and have better prices than SH FIGUARTS, okay? And you can't use the excuse of, oh, this is an exclusive, so it has to cost more because they make less. You don't get to use that excuse because even a lot of their general releases are completely overpriced. Trunks, like $80. For what reason? General release, non-exclusive. Proud Namekian Piccolo, 100 plus on Amazon, not an exclusive. Glorio, $95, not an exclusive. Okay, Legendary Super Saiyan Goku, what, $75, $80, not an exclusive. Okay, so you can't use that excuse. Just like anyone trying to use that excuse, just toss it out. It's completely irrelevant. All right, let's now look at Storm Arena here. So Storm Arena Ryu, we're gonna use this. Now this figure used to be like, the price of this has been creeping up. Okay, so first I think this was like $26.99 or something, then it was like $30, now it's $34.99. As I've mentioned before, Big Bad Toy Store engages in price manipulation, and this doesn't even mention anything about a tariff surplus or whatever. There's nothing about that on here, because I saw Richie Figs talking about, basically saying that the price of Storm Arena figures have been increasing is like fake or whatever. It's not a real price increase. Actually, as I double check this information, he was talking about the tariff surplus thing, right? Tariff surcharge or whatever. Well, this Ryu is now $34.99, and it says nothing about any kind of tariff surcharge. Nothing whatsoever, okay? So the whole tariff surcharge argument, toss that out the door as well. Of course, I have no beef with Richie Figs, but the information just is not correct because the price has gone up on this, and there's nothing on here about a tariff surcharge, alright? So this Ryu figure here, Storm Arena, knocks SH FIGUARTS just out of the park, basically. Just blast him out of the water. 2 head sculpts, effect piece, stand for the effect piece, stand for the figure, and 4 hands. So we're going to compare this Frieza to that and basically start with the base price. We're going to go with $34.99 since that is the current price of this figure, okay? $34.99 for the equivalent of this stuff here, well, of this stuff over here, and anything extra, we'll add that onto the price to ascertain what this Frieza figure should actually cost if Bandai was not a scalping, scamming, greedy, lazy company. Alright, so let's see here. 2 head sculpts, Frieza has that. 4 hands, he has that, but he has no effect piece, okay? No stand for the effect piece, and no stand for the figure. As for extra stuff, he has 4 extra hands, 2 extra head sculpts, and 2 feet. So no effect piece is minus $5. No stand for the effect piece is minus $2. No stand for the figure is also minus $2. 4 extra hands, $1 per hand. That is an extra $4. 2 extra head sculpts. Oh, 3 extra head sculpts actually. 3 extra head sculpts. $4 per head sculpt, so that is $12. And 2 feet, let's say $1 per foot, so that'll be extra $2. Alright, so let's do the math on the Scamculator now. $34.99 minus $5 for no effect piece, then minus $2 no stand for the effect piece, minus $2 no stand for the figure, we're at $25.99 now, plus 4 extra hands, $4, that's $29.99, add $12 for the 3 extra head sculpts, $41.99, then add $2 for the 2 feet, $43.99, okay? So this figure should actually be $43.99. Let's now subtract that from $85 to see how much of a scam it is in a numerical value. Alright, so the scam math says that this is a $41.01 scam, okay? And honestly, the interesting thing is that you know, DB Toys will probably be about that price. So if you want DB Toys, $43.99, I expect they're probably going to be about that price tag, man, around that price range. So I say once again, wait for DB Toys. Do not pre-order this full power Frieza. Don't just get it because everyone else is going to get it, like how they all just run off of a cliff like lemmings or whatever. Don't join in the crowd. Wait, be patient, value your money, hold on. DB Toys is probably going to clone this for a much better price.